Welcome back, Lockpickers, to Unlockable Content. Today I have a special treat for you. I am your lovely host, your favorite shape-shifting cosplay fae. My name is Trix Cosplay, and I am welcoming you here for a overview of what the heck cosplay actually even is. Real quick before we jump into the video, I'd just like to remind you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can unlock more cosplay related content. So, what the heck is cosplay anyways? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, if you look at the word itself, you can break it down into the words costume and play. But according to Webster's dictionary, cosplay is defined as the activity or practice of dressing up as a character from a work of fiction such as a comic book, video game, or television show. Dressing up in cosplays isn't exactly unheard of. In fact, one of the most popular pagan holidays, Samhain, is where people would dress up to ward off ghosts, and over time, this has trickled down into what we know as Halloween today. Other holidays that incorporate costumes in their practices are those such as Christmas, with their many Santa and elves, or Easter, with its Easter bunny. And that's not all. If you stop and consider all the masquerade balls or theater performances or shows and movies that we have today, costumes are actually a very big part of our society. So, what makes cosplay any different? A good place to start is to actually go back and look at where cosplay originated. In 1938, the first convention was held right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But it wouldn't be until 1939 in New York City at the first World Science Fiction Convention where Forrest J. Ackerman and Myrtle Douglas donned futuresque costumes, including capes. That's right, OCs are the OGs of cosplay. If you had asked me where I thought cosplay came from, I would have told you Japan. But turns out that this is actually a common misconception. You see, and I'm probably going to mispronounce his name, but it was Nobuyuki Takahashi who only coined the phrase cosplay. And it wasn't until his report on the 42nd World Convention in LA that the term actually even took off. That all being said, this is only the cliff notes of the history of cosplay. There's a bunch of little details that I actually left out. If you have any interest in cosplay, I urge you that after this video, you go and do some more deep diving on your own. It's actually pretty interesting stuff. I really only wanted to give a brief overview because I thought that it would only be fair considering that cosplay is now going to be a part of the content on Unlockable Content. So cosplay's come a long way since 1939. In fact, there's even been shows made about it. In 2013, the Sci-Fi Channel introduced us to a show called Heroes of Cosplay. This show followed around cosplayers as they built their costumes and went to conventions to compete in their respective cosplays. In fact, Heroes of Cosplay is the first time I ever learned that cosplay was actually a thing. There are even cosplayers that have gained so much notoriety in our community that some people would consider them celebrity status. Some of those cosplay celebrities include Yaya Han, Jessica Negri, Deep Hitty, Lisa Luhu, and Camboy Cosplay, just to name a few. So now that we know what cosplay is, I guess the next thing to cover is why I cosplay and what cosplay means to me. Despite being a very distinct hobby, cosplay and the reasons for doing so actually vary from person to person. Some people make their costumes, some people thrift their costumes, some people commission other people to make costumes for them, and there's even larger companies that sell pre made merchandise that people will also use as an option. And all of those things are very valid forms of cosplay. Some people cosplay to escape the day to day mundane life that they live in, and some just do it to show appreciation to a specific character or a show. So, where does that leave me? Why do I do it? Ever since I was a kid, I had a really big imagination and I was very creative as a person. I'd read a ton of books to the point that I actually started writing some on my own. And the one thing I always wanted was to put myself in the shoes of the protagonist so I too could go on some really epic adventures. Prior to even seeing Heroes of Cosplay and knowing that cosplay was an actual thing, I wanted to dress up as Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. You can probably imagine how excited I was when I learned that that was actually a thing that people do. People actually dress up as characters they either relate or really like, and I I just wanted to do it. It was from the point of realizing that cosplay was a genuine hobby that I decided I wanted to utilize my creativity and how much I love crafting and put it into a hobby that I knew I was going to really enjoy. Cosplay also gives me a really big sense of accomplishment. And I like to compete in cosplay competitions to learn and grow as a maker. However, my reasons to why I cosplay are my own, and nobody else is obligated to cosplay for the same reasons that I do. I actually recognize and feel a bit of a camaraderie between myself and other cosplayers, though. I love that we have something in common, and if you're interested in cosplay, I say do it. So essentially, cosplay is just this really, really fun hobby that people do and dress up as their favorite characters from all over different forms of media. Um, Actually, you can probably wrap it up as just the ultimate form of admiration for something you love. Hobbies in general vary from person to person. It just happens that this one is one that makes me and many other people very happy. So, going forward, I intend on sharing my love of cosplay with everyone, and I hope you're here for the ride because I know we're going to have a great time together. So, with all that being said, that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you like what I'm doing here and you're interested in gaming and anime, then definitely encourage you to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't had and hit that notification bell because the algorithm gods are definitely against us. Also, a special shout out to our wonderful sponsor at Ultimate Wireless. Link's going to be down in the description. Make sure you go over there and check it out because they've got you covered for all your wireless electronic needs. if you like me, you want to see more of my cosplays, well then you can catch me over on Trixel on Facebook, Trixel Cosplay on Instagram, and Trixel Cosplay on TikTok. If you like this cute bow, I make those. I don't have this exact style, this one is mine, but I have more just like it if you want to peep my Etsy shop, which is called Trix's Treasure Trove. But until then, I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.